What is cracking YouTube? It is Vuhlandes, and I am here to answer some of the questions you guys have asked me on my Instagram when I posted. Ask me some questions and I'll answer them in a video. I had already did that video, but I had looked over the video and my lips were ashy, so I couldn't use it. By the time I noticed that, it was too late and I couldn't do it again. I'm now just getting around to doing it again, so here we go. I'm gonna answer these questions once again. First, I'm gonna answer some questions that no one asked me, but I feel like it's important for people to know, to get to know me a little bit better. I am 22 years old from Detroit, Michigan, born and raised on the west side of 7 Mile. My middle name is actually Vuhlandes. I hated that name when I was growing up. My friends made fun of me for that being my middle name because they all had regular middle names like Mike and John and whatever. As I got older, I started to like it more, and then one day I was looking for a name on Instagram because everybody had these cool names. So I was looking for a name on Instagram, and I decided to use that name because it was actually my name, and it was cool because nobody else had it, and it was like a unique name, you know what I'm saying? And people always be like, yo, what does that mean and shit like that, and I could just be like, it's my name. So yeah, that's that. But now it's time to answer some of you guys' questions. Of course, 36 people asked me this. What is your current camera setup, and what lenses do you have, or what lenses do you shoot with, and what camera do you shoot with, and you know, blah 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 blah. I currently have a 5D Mark III. I started with a T3i, then I had a 5D Mark I, then I had a 5D Mark II, and now I have a 5D Mark III. Hoping to get the 5D Mark IV next year sometime. I have a 24mm Sigma art lens. I have a 14mm Canon lens. It's not mine, but I've had it for a long ass time. So when I can get my hands on a 35 and a 50mm, that is also what I use. So yeah, just between those four lenses, 14, 24, 35, and 50. Next question is, what do you think you'd be doing in life if you weren't a photographer? I went to college for 2 years, but one day I walked in, my mom was just like, bro, what are you doing? So I got up and left, and I never came back. I used to work at a department store called Ollie's out here. I eventually quit because I couldn't do photography 100% and work there. The time schedule just interfered with what I wanted to do. I couldn't go out and take photos sometimes because I had to work. I had ended up quitting. So if I didn't start photography, I'd probably have a degree in college, or I'd be working at a department store still. Next question is, did you always know you wanted to be a photographer? And growing up, I always had social media. I had Tumblr, I had Instagram, I had Twitter, I had, you know, the internet. And I would always see pictures and I'd be like, holy crap, like, that's crazy. Like, I always had an appreciation, you know, and a passion for a good picture. But I never knew that I wanted to be a photographer until, you know, a couple years ago. Next question is, do you like spaghetti? Yes, I love spaghetti, but I like the spaghetti where everything gets mixed into one, not the whole noodles on this side and sauce on this side. I like everything mixed into one. Next question is, preferred lens for your portraits, and I would say 24mm or 35. I'm not a fan of the tight crop that the 50 gives. I like, you know, to see a lot of shit in the background, but also be able to focus on one thing. That's why I like the 24mm 1.4, because with the 1.4 you can get a shallow depth of field, so like your subject to stand out, but there's still so much more to see in the background. Next question is, what's your thoughts on putting the milk before the cereal? If you put milk before the cereal, kill yourself. No, I'm kidding. But if you put milk before the cereal, then you got serious issues and you need to go see a doctor ASAP because there's something wrong with you. Favorite photographers, Dickie Chappelle, Estevan Oriol, 13 Witness, Trash Hand, Cartier, Henry Branson, Joseph Rodriguez. Next question is, how do you move through your hood with your camera out? How do people react to you? And I don't know, I've lived in the same hood all my life, so like when I move with my camera out, nothing happens really. Everybody over there know I take pictures, and everybody over there know what I'm doing. A 99% chance if I walk up and down 7 Mile with my camera out, somebody's going to ask me if I shoot music videos. You know, some people probably think I'm with the news sometimes, and you know, some people just think I'm somebody of importance because I got a camera, so that's cool too. What was your biggest obstacle teaching yourself photography, how to edit? It took me forever to find my editing style. It's still taking me forever, and you know, I haven't perfected it yet. I'll do a video one of these days showing you guys how I edit. I like things as simple as possible. It don't take me a very long time to edit my photos because I like my photos to look clearly edited, but edited like a little bit. Like, I like it to look natural. I like my photos to look natural and shit. Another obstacle I had was with being on Instagram, it's easy to fall into trends. It's easy to do what everybody else is doing. When you see people getting jobs and you see people, you know, getting recognized for these type of photos that they take, you want to take those photos too. So it's hard very hard to, stay in your own lane and not follow suit. It was hard to teach myself to do what I wanted to do and not what everybody else wanted me to do, if that makes sense. What are your favorite brands of clothes and why? What do you wear out shooting the most? I wear Timberlands, I wear jeans, and just like white shirts. I don't really wear brands too much because I'm from the Midwest. We don't really have brands here in Detroit. I feel like that's an East and West Coast thing. I like brands. I like Supreme. I like Undefeated. I like, FTP and shit like that. I don't go out of my way to wear brands. I just wear jeans, shirts, and shoes with nothing on it damn near half the time. So what hood did you grow up in and when did you cop your first burner? I grew up on the west side of 7 Mile, like I said, and I copped my first burner when I was 13. Me and my friend went and got it off the streets and shit. I don't recommend anybody do that. I'm 22 now. I have a gun license. I have a bunch of guns now and they're all legal. So if you want a gun, just wait until you turn 21 or whenever and do it the smart way. Don't do what I did. I had to do what I did for my safety. What do you do to separate your style from the other photographers / wannabes? I'm not gonna call anybody a wannabe because I'm not the first person to do this. I won't be the last person to do it. But what I do personally to try to separate myself is try to add something new every time I take a photo. There was this one time I took a picture of one of my friends with the beam on the gun. So I just try to think of new ways to, incorporate other stuff besides the gun to like make the picture, still my style of picture, but a little bit different, because it could get repetitive and a lot of other people can start to do it, then we all start to look the same. Are you in a straight edge mindset when you take these, or are you faded to get extra depth? I smoked one time when I was in 9th grade and haven't smoked since because it was the worst experience of my life. I don't like the taste of alcohol, so I don't drink liquor. So yeah, every single picture I've taken, I've been completely sober. Any advice for photographers that are just starting? My advice to you photographers that are just starting is to find a lane and stay in it. Don't try to do what everybody else is doing. Just find what you want to do and then do it and make it your own. Once you do that, it's easy to stand out, and then people start copying you and people start doing what you're doing, and then then you're that person who started a trend, or you're that person who started a wave. So if you're just starting out, try to find what you like, whether it be portraits or landscapes, and then just do that to the best of your ability. Would you link with smaller photographers / your fans? And 100% yes, I would, because without my fans, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't even be where I am today. I feel like it's stupid for people not to, to look down on people, or to not take the time out to talk to people because they don't have a large following on social media, because they have 500 followers or 200 followers or damn near 8,000 followers. I feel like it's stupid and lame to look down on people just because you have a social media following. You're human just like everybody else. You bleed the same. For the most part, we're all born the same. To look down on somebody because you have a social media following and they don't is really stupid. So of course I will link with fans. If you know me, if you reach out to me on Snapchat, if you reach out to me on Twitter, shit, if you reach out to me on Instagram sometime, I will say something back to you, because who the hell am I? Next question is, I know many people have said that your work glorifies violence and shedding light on guns in a negative way. Just seen it in the comment section in the past. But what would you say you're trying to convey in your work message overall? Because obviously glorifying violence and a negative gun message isn't the intention. Thank you, bro. I feel like that's what people see when they look at my pictures. They see that I'm trying to glorify guns, or I'm trying to glorify gang violence and all this other stuff. First of all, there's no gangs in Detroit, so I'm not trying to glorify gang violence. Just because I take a picture of a young black man with a gun doesn't mean I'm trying to glorify anything or shed light on a negative lifestyle. What I do is I take pictures of my surroundings. I'm just like a war photographer. I wouldn't try to, make myself as high as a war photographer, but a war photographer takes pictures of war and what they're around. They take pictures of people dead. They take pictures of people with guns. They take pictures of, people killing people, just all type of shit. And that's what I do. I take pictures of literally what I see and what I do. I document these things. My style of photography is documentation. It's not like I sit here and tell people to go buy a gun and rob people. It's not like I sit here and tell people to go buy drugs and sell them. It's not like I sit here and tell people to trap or do bad things. I don't say anything about people who take pictures of buildings all day, or people who take pictures of mountains all day. That's what they're around, so that's what they take pictures of. I'm in Detroit, this is what I'm around, so this is what...
Everything is sunshine and rainbows in Detroit.
So this is what I take pictures of. Like, Grace said, not everything is sunshine and rainbows in Detroit, so you're not gonna see sunshine, roses, and rainbows from me. I'm just a photographer, and it's how I grew up. I'm just shedding light on how I grew up personally, and how I still live, and how some people still live. I don't glorify anything. I don't make it seem like it's cool to do these things or be involved with these things. I'm just a photographer. So yeah. Advice on when to use black and white. Anytime, all the time. There's people who take pictures and only edit in black and white. There's people who have cameras who only take pictures in black and white. There's people who buy black and white film for their cameras. So literally any picture could be in black and white, from cityscapes to portraits to mountains, landscapes, anything. What advice do you have for someone who's trying to take the same pictures as you but isn't as familiar with the streets of a certain place or most people? Would you tell them not to do it? And me personally, I would tell them not to do it, because I don't take these pictures because I think it's cool. This style of photography shouldn't be something that people are trying to go out and pursue. Like, you shouldn't have to go out of your way to take these kind of pictures. I feel like if you're in this situation and you get these pictures, then cool, but you should not be going out of your way to take these type of pictures or to get these type of pictures, because I feel like you're exploiting a lifestyle that you do not live, that you know nothing about, and that's not cool. Like, look at Vice and just like these other big publications or blogs. They all do it. They come to the slums or these like abandoned places, or just like these just like low poverty places, and they take pictures or they take videos, and like, you know what I'm saying, but then they go back and, you know, they have their life. They don't have to live there. They don't have to deal with the things that comes with living there. So like, I think if you're not already in that type of situation, no, you shouldn't take these type of pictures. That's just my personal opinion. You can go do whatever you want. You don't have to listen to me, because who the hell am I? But me personally, I don't think people should take these type of pictures if that's not what they're around, and that's not what they do, or that's not what they come from, that's not what they know. And I'm not trying to sound bitter or like I should be the only one able to take these pictures just because I'm from there. You shouldn't exploit it. You shouldn't make it seem cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, because those people, they still have to live there. At the end of the day, I do it because I'm in the same situation. It's not like I go back to some big ass $500,000 million home. I'm right there with them, so shit. What city do you think your style would fit perfect in besides Chicago? Probably Memphis, Atlanta, Louisiana, some parts of Florida. I would say like Compton, but like LA is too sunny for me. I kind of like my pictures to be dark and, you know, like cloudy, overcast days, you know, that type of mood. I'm gonna conclude the video on that question right there. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question. I will make another video, and I promise you I will get to it. I promise. It was just way too many questions. The video would have been way too long. So next video I will answer your question. Let me know in the comment section below what other videos I should do. I know I want to do vlogs and stuff like that. Just let me know what you guys want to see, because you know what I'm saying, this YouTube channel is for y'all as much as it is for me. So let me know what y'all want to see, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and, you know, comment, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, I'll see y'all next time, man. Yeah.